Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs in the Forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. Let's go ahead and map out the current range. As we know, this has been in a descending channel. Came in when it topped out of this range, it started to retrace back. Supply is in control, but this support area has held up. Hasn't fully retraced back down to discount, but that's what I'll be looking for. Any type of deeper retracement into discount. This whole area is daily demand, but on a 4-hour, this demand, the sell before the buy. Looking for any type of retracement back down into that area, into the area of discount, and then wait for any type of bullish momentum shift. But if your USD stays strong, then it doesn't have to retrace all the way back, and it could just go from here. And as you can see, like I said, this is a descending channel with supply. This area, a 4-hour supply in control, pushing prices lower. Like I said, supply held up. There was liquidity sitting on these lows. With this support area held up, and prices started to try to push for higher highs. And if this does, like this liquidity sitting over these highs, if this does start to be taken out, if this high starts to be taken out, it's just because price is clearly starting to come back into this channel. So it's still this bearish channel. But if you can look at it as this is just a sideways range off this support. If prices do start to take out these highs, then I'll be looking to target the highs of the overall range, which also just depends on DXY, because DXY could have already formed its lows of the year. Which means it'll push higher, and these other pairs will push lower. But there is a Euro trade deal still. Traders are optimistic, and markets are optimistic about that. So we'll wait and see which direction this can go. But if, like I said, still swing structure bullish. So overall, just looking for any type of buying opportunity. But like I said, it depends on the fundamentals of the USD. So GBP USD. Let's go map out the current range. Similar to Euro, but prices have retraced back down to discount, disrespected this demand area. Looking for deeper retracement into this area of demand. It hasn't tapped into it yet, but if it does continue to push, this is in a descending channel, just like with Euro. If it does take one more push down, possibly, and hit this area of demand, looking for a buying opportunity in order to take prices up and target the highs of the overall range with liquidity sitting over these highs. Overall bullish, swing structure bullish, internal structure bearish as supply is in control. These supply areas keeps making new lows. That's why I say the 4-hour supply is in control. Now it's tapped back into this area of supply, and we're gonna see if prices continue to push down, or if it's time for it to reverse back, because it already, like I said, already has gone back to discount overall in the range, and there's liquidity over these highs. Doesn't have to necessarily retrace back down any further, but there is an area of demand sitting lower. So your AUD USD, let's go map out the current range. This week, prices reacted to this area of demand, didn't retrace back down to discount. This was a whack-off spring that made these highs. Like I said, reacted from this area of demand. Buyer step back in. There's liquidity sitting over these highs. Just like with the other US dollar pairs, doesn't have to retrace back into discount in order to target the highs of the overall range. As you can see, prices continue to push as long as there is a bullish momentum shift. Looks like this may have been a bullish momentum shift. This is a new 4-hour demand area, and it reacted from that demand area. So as long as it's closes above these highs, I think any type of buying opportunity. It's not investment advice, but targeting the highs of the overall range to take out this liquidity and continue the bullish push to higher prices. Sorry, NZD USD. Let's go map out the current range. Prices disrespected this demand zone, unlike your AUD USD, and price started to consolidate in a bearish channel, but into discount. But these highs have started to be taken out. Unlike AUD USD, I mean, this whole area is technically a demand area in discount. So it reacted to discount, still really consolidating. No real bullish momentum shift. These are smaller candles, but these highs have been taken out. It broke out of this channel, but I'd like to see this high to be taken out also. Maybe the lows have already been formed in order to start taking out the liquidity sitting over these highs. We'll have to see a more buyers step in, more aggressive push from the buyers, start taking at these highs in order to really take a buying opportunity to target the highs of the overall range. But it is swing structure bullish, fractal structure starting to be bullish. As soon as it makes another lower high, well, I mean, it's overall range bound, but if it does start to take out this high, make a higher low, sorry, then it'll be internally bullish. So GBP AUD, and it's started to continue to push down, which overall swing structure was bearish for the week. What we were saying yesterday, just be careful of this lower trend line, which is starting to push towards. And overall swing structure, like I've been saying in these videos, it's just been really squeezing sideways with this strong lower high being the area when sellers step back in, but also ascending from this lower trend line. So it's really squeezing on consolidating sideways. But overall, since bearish structure, and since swing structure is bearish, looking for any type of selling opportunities once sellers step back in, and overall targeting the lows of the overall range. And this is starting to play out. Earlier this week, it did break structure to the downside. This whole area was the area, this buy before the sell was the area of supply, and prices reacted from it, picked up that opportunity because this is the bearish momentum shift. But again, it's just trading sideways with the bearish momentum shift and the pullback into an area of supply. And sellers reacted from it. Could have taken opportunity to sell at least back down into this trend line, because like I said, this trend line is where buyers step back in, but overall we'll be targeting the lows of the overall range. GBP NZD, let's go map out the current range. Like we do every day when prices came back down and came back up into premium. I was saying yesterday sellers could react from it, and they did. It's just ranging sideways now. Let's see if the support area holds up. Obviously, GBP AUD was more bearish. It already took out the lows. We're waiting to see if if these sellers step back in. There's no momentum yet picking up, so just waiting to see if that does pick up and start taking out some of the lows and target the lows of the overall range. And again, just looking at GBP AUD. Look out for the trend line forming where buyers tend to step back in. But I'm looking for selling opportunities. The swing structure bearish. The support area is holding up, but if it does start to break down, and the internal structure will be bearish. Internal structure still, it has to close below it. So if it does, it picks up, and these lows start to be taken out. Look for any type of selling opportunity to target the lows and the low of this trend line. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining us.